Hi, and welcome to another episode of Being Surreal. And in today's episode, we are going to talk about aliens and the theories related to aliens and about their existence. And in this episode, I have my two friends with me. Uh, hey, Sanjeev.
Hi guys, Sanjeev here. So basically, I'm a very good friend of Surreal, and just to let you know that I'm not from this background. I'm from commerce background. Just here as a guest for my friend, and here to speak about space and astronomy.
You guys don't know, but Sanjeev is my first friend on Discord. And he's such a big fan of space that his username is literally Space Sanjeev.
Yes, Sanjeev. Yes,
And
yeah.
my other friend is Srijan. Hey Srijan.
Thank you, Cyril, for having me on the show. So I'm Shrejan. I'm in class 12 right now, and I'm just basically interested in astronomy and space stuff. That's it. I've known Cyril for about how many 6 months now, and we have
Yeah,
been
I get
really.
six. Yeah, I think it's six. He is also a Discord friend. I am basically monetizing all my Discord friends. Like, not now though, but we'll monetize all of them. So yeah, let's just begin. So, like, do you guys believe that alien exists? Because I do. I believe that they exist.
Yeah, sure. I really believe that aliens have an existence in this universe like this coming from a fan of astronomy. I do believe that humans are not the only species existing in the universe. There will be some sort of alien species in the any part of the universe. We are definitely not alone, and we just need to figure out, because it's just my thoughts that we are not alone. We are just not alone. There is somewhere something. That's my thoughts. That yeah, yeah, aliens exist. Clearly, they exist.
Clearly. Oh, nice. What about you, Sujan?
So according to me, aliens might exist. We actually, surely we don't haven't found any proof. But considering how vast the universe is and how long it has existed, about 13.6 billion years. So yeah, aliens should exist, or they might have been eliminated before us. Who knows? So
Mm.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
stay positive.
maybe. Yeah.
I'm gonna stay
Yeah, by
positive and say that.
eliminating, if I'm not wrong, that eliminating thing is something called a great barrier or filter or something.
Yeah, that's one of the part of the Fermi paradox, actually. So the Fermi paradox is regarding that there might have been other alien civilization which have existed before us, but have been wiped out due to some phenomenon such as gamma ray burst or due to black holes or asteroids, the way dinosaurs got wiped out. So that actually might be a barrier for any species which is trying to advance. So it's possible that there might be other barriers to which we haven't faced yet as humans. So there's a possibility that we might have crossed the barrier, or we might have the barrier right in front of us, and we never know about it when it's gonna strike us. So it would be a good thing if we are the first ones to cross the barrier, which would mean that we are the first civilization to reach such a level of advancement. And if that's not true, there might be other civilizations which would have crossed the barrier just like us and are way ahead in advancements and technologies, as you know.
Well, we have had five different mass extinction, if I'm not wrong. But
Yeah.
I just hope we have crossed the barrier because I don't want to die, and like I don't even want human race to like go extinct right now. We have a lot to achieve. Okay, yeah. So you talked about Fermi paradox, and like while I was researching for this whole topic, I read about Fermi paradox too, and it gave four different reasons why aliens haven't we haven't seen aliens. So like one of them was that they didn't find us interesting enough, or maybe they visited us in past and now we don't have any proof, but they visited us in past and they are not visiting again. There was that maybe they are not still smart and not that advanced that they can do inter space and travel. And there was one more which I'm not sure. It was something of this sort that they don't have technology of this sort.
Yeah, so basically, you're talking about the reason that if the alien civilization is advanced enough to carry on multiplanetary or intergalactic travel through space, why would they even consider humans as important? We would be just like ants on a hill for them. They would just reach out, observe us, and then disappear. Why would they even bother? And the second reason is that they might not be even advanced enough, to even reach us. There might be some kind of unicellular organism which is present on some frozen surface of a planet. So how will they reach us? They are not even just advanced enough to breathe properly, you can say.
Technically speaking, those unicellular organisms are aliens too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
anything which is extraterrestrial or which exists outside our planet or which we haven't observed is alien life.
So
Not everything has to be there.
do you think that maybe there are aliens on Mars, the Martians?
Yeah, so basically, there have been theories that actually life on Earth came from Mars. There have been traces of bacteria being present on Mars, and as Mars lost its atmosphere due to the solar wind and its magnetic field eventually shut down, the actually due to some asteroid collisions, the Mars would have eventually launched the bacteria or the life form somehow onto Earth, and the Earth had favorable conditions for supporting life at that time. This is just a hypothesis; nothing is sure about it, but there have been some research that there was life present on Mars before Earth too.
From what I have read, I read a conspiracy theory. Yeah, it was more of conspiracy theory rather than just theory. So it was like that there was a smart civilization on Mars, just like us humans, and they eventually got so advanced that they broke out a nuclear war and they nuked their whole planet. And because of that, some of them had to like escape and they came on Earth.
So yeah, actually, this can also be seen as a great filter. Probably at some point of time, advancing civilization might become so advanced that its own technology would result in mass extinction of the whole species, like nuclear Armageddon. So yeah, this can also be a great filter. I hope not, because we humans are quite close to that
We are
these
really
days.
close. We are really close. We can just. Uh, World War III was apparently in the beginning of 2020, but thankfully it didn't happen.
Right.
Great year, huh? Great year.
Yeah, sarcastically great, yes. But not for us. We weren't the one being drafted in the war.
Oh,
So, so there is this interesting book. Like I read the first part of the book. It was called Three Body Problem. It was by some Chinese guy. I don't remember the name. So there is a second part of the book called Dark Forest Theory. It was called Dark Forest Theory. So in that book, like it's a proper theory. So what happens is like imagine you are in a jungle at night. So when you are in jungle and to survive, you have to stay as quiet as possible so you don't attract predators with your noise, because you never know, there might be a predator who might kill you. So uh, this same thing is applied to different planets and civilization. One whole planet or civilization is a single creature and it doesn't emit any noise so as not to attract other civilization or predators. But interestingly, we humans have already done that. We made Voyager 2. We had gold disc in it, and we recorded different hello, like greetings. We recorded different greetings of different languages. We even gave them a map so on how to locate us, and then we sent it out in space. And according to that dark forest theory, it is a pretty bad move.
so yeah,
What
I
do you
would like to
think about that? Like, after reading that story, I was like, bad move. bad move.
Yeah, so when you told me about the Dark Forest story, I was reading about it, and actually, it is a normal human instinct that if you have to remain safe and sound against someone, you need to make sure that the information regarding you, the location about you, and the data will never leaks out to the enemies. So basically, here we are talking about aliens, and if aliens might be our enemies, because if they are advanced enough, they are intelligent enough, they won't be like coming here for friendship or something. They might be looking for something. That's why they are here. So we have to make sure that we are not unnecessarily leaking out things. We need to make sure that we are doing what we need to do in space and not unnecessarily throwing out stuff here and there. And the stuff you mentioned about Voyager, that it was basically done so that if the Voyager leaks out of the solar system, which is already it's gone beyond the boundary of
It's
the
gone
solar
Pluto.
system. So the scientists at that time were thinking the same, that if there was a time when Voyager leaks out of the solar system and enters the next nearest star system, so if there is an alien species there, they will be able to find out about us. But
Mm.
the problem was that they didn't really think about the dark forest theory which you have mentioned. That didn't really thought about this scenario, that if there is an ancient civilization or there is an intelligent civilization living in the nearest star system, they might be able to locate us. They might be able to find out almost everything which was there in the days, all the countries, all the religions, all the scientific discoveries we have done, and what was the purpose of the Voyager spacecraft. So the move that you are telling, that if we make a noise in a forest, it will leak out and it will put you in danger. So basically, what humans are doing are humans are populating the space. There are hundreds of thousands of satellites in space. There are so many satellites which are beyond Jupiter and which are beyond the Saturn. So they are just on their way to leaking out of the solar system. And imagine if the Voyager spacecraft really comes into contact of an alien species. But it is not a problem if the alien species are not very advanced. They are just like humans, so they cannot really do anything. But if an alien species really is enough intelligent that they are able to decode the stuff which is written in that disk, then it will be really harmful, because if they are actually trying to do something for us, they will do it. They will come here, they will do what they are trying to do. So we have to make sure it doesn't happen. But as you said, it is already happening. We as humans are not aware enough. We are already leaking out things, that Voyager is already there and hundreds of satellites are already roaming out in space. So it is a very good point that you mentioned, that as humans we need to analyze things. We are not like, we should make sure that we are under control. Like, we should not leak out things. We need to be under control. It's that if we unnecessarily do something, it will harm us any day and any time. Yeah, so that was my thought about it. We have to make sure that we are under control. That's the main point. We have to do
Mm.
space exploration. It is necessary, because we cannot be sitting here dumbly that there will be any civilization that will come here. We have to explore the space. We have to go out in there, but we have to control ourselves. At what certain degree we are doing that. If we are not controlling ourselves, we will attract harm, and we will attract aliens.
Like
Yeah.
we just assume that aliens were going to be friendly like Jadu.
Yeah, Jadoo. The point you mentioned, like there are certain movies which portray Jadoo, which portray aliens. They are very friendly,
Uh,
and what people perceive is that if there are aliens, they will come here and they will be doing friendship with us. But what they don't analyze is that it's just a plain script. It's a movie script. It's a 3 hour movie. It's nothing else. But if an alien civilization is really such advanced that they are carrying their space probe, they are carrying their space probe here on Earth, they will not be coming for friendship. They might be coming for friendship, but it's not like they will be here asking for us that I will give you something and you will give us something. They will be looking for something which is precious, which is of their use. They will not come here for friendship. So the point you mentioned, that Jadoo was a friend in a movie. So So it is not like that any alien will come any day and it will be doing friendship with all of us. It is not happening. So yeah, that's what I'm saying,
It's
that
not
people need
like
to really, yeah.
it's not like that we can press 2 3 buttons and it will send out Om in the
Yeah,
galaxy and
exactly.
aliens will come.
Exactly, bro. The point
I
is
wish it was
that
that easy.
aliens, no, it's not that easy. The movie, the movie
Yeah,
which is
of
made,
course
it
it's a
is
movie.
so the movie in which I don't exactly remember the plot, but when they tap out the buttons, it sends out the radio signals maybe, and those alien civilizations maybe catch those signals and send out their signals also. So maybe they interpret that we are calling out for them, so they come here, and one of those aliens leave out here. They just leave out here, and one of the movie characters founds that, and they just friendship. So it is not like that there will be an alien civilization coming here for friendship. What I'm trying to say here, matlab, what my exact point is, that if there is an alien civilization which is advanced enough to come out here among all of us with their spacecraft, they are not their main goal will not be friendship. They will be looking out for something which is of their use, because
This also.
coming coming to a planet, going to a planet for doing friendship is like, it is a dumb thing. You know that. So it is not like that they will be coming here for
Unless we
friendship.
are strong enough for them. The like
Yeah, no, we are
as
not
for now,
strong enough.
I think the best possibility is that we develop a symbiotic relationship. That's the best.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah.
we'll be colonized.
Exactly. My point is the same. They will be doing that.
One, I would like to point out a drawback of the information sent out on Voyager. I believe it has been sent on a disk, right?
Yeah, it's
So
this gold
imagine,
disc.
like,
I think there are
I
two
would
gold
like,
discs, if I'm not wrong.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I would like to use an analogy. Like, I believe in the 90s there were VCRs, right, for recording videos. Imagine that was a civilization at a time which was as advanced as humans, and now is even more advanced. So how is it possible that they would read that information? Like, if we get a VCR cassette, like whatever that square thing was, we today won't be able to read it. It's not possible for us. We don't have the device right now. So that actually can be a problem for even for the advanced civilization, considering they don't want to harm us. So that's one of the problem with the information sent on the Voyager, that it would be impossible for the civilization to actually read that information and retrieve anything from it.
I think it would be possible because, like, even though we have technologically advanced, we can still make those again. Like, how hard is it to make one working prototype of that VCR tape?
Why won't you ignore that information? If imagine that some other civilization sent you a VCR tape, our humans, our civilization, why would we acknowledge that even?
Curiosity, maybe.
Might be
Like, I
possible.
would be pretty curious.
So,
Okay, this whole sound thing reminded me of that one incident. I don't remember when, but so some space agency recorded a 10-20 second long noise, and it came from space. Like before that, it was total silence, and then there was some weird noises for 10-20 seconds, and after that again total silence, and no one really knows where it came from or what it meant. And there are researches going on it, like they are trying to decipher it, but as for now it hasn't been that good. And
Mm. So what I was saying is the sound which you mentioned. So
mhm,
I would just like to ask, what was the source from where it came from, because that is very important in that sound recording. Was it a space agency?
it
Was it some kind
it
of?
was a space agency recorded it. Like they have these huge satellites and whatnot, like not satellites, antennas to be precise, and but not, and
Yeah,
it
yeah. So
recorded it from
so
space. It was from space.
so that 20 or 30 seconds of sound which you are mentioning, it doesn't really matter what the sound is, because the sound alone cannot be used as a evidence or something like that. Because I don't know if you know that, but you know that space is a vacuum, right? So it cannot, there is no sound, there is nothing there. But
Hmm.
if there is some sort of object put in this space, and it is surrounded by a gravitational force, that there is an ISS in the space, International Space Station.
Hmm.
So outside it, there is a complete vacuum. You cannot hear anything. But
Hmm.
inside it, when you go inside it, there is a perfect situation where you can talk, where you can uh, do everything. So the sound which you have mentioned may be maybe recorded by a satellite which was malfunctioning, and it was recorded inside of it, or maybe it was recorded somewhere else, or maybe it was recorded at a certain place where the sound which originally came from was not identified. I don't think it was identified as some kind of sound.
It was a sort of mix of signal and sound. Like I
Yeah,
know that
yeah,
sound doesn't travel in vacuum, but I think
It
it
yeah,
must
was
have
sort of the mix.
been a noise of actually radio signals, right? I don't
yeah,
think sound
yeah,
travel in
Maybe
yeah. I don't.
maybe no one knows. No one knows.
light.
We are not
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
So in the end, it doesn't basically like is a concrete proof that alien exists.
yeah.
Like
It
there
is
are
not a concrete.
videos of UFOs released by like trusted sources, and we still don't believe them. Last year, Pentagon released video. It was shot. The video was shot by a Navy officer. Like he was flying this aircraft. I'm not sure if he had another person or not. So they were like there were two aircraft and they were like flying, and they were doing their regular test drills. So while they were flying, they recorded this UFO on the tape, and it happened many years ago, but Pentagon didn't really confirm the credibility of the video, but last year they did. And in that video you can see like the whole camera is a gray scale, so it isn't really that clear of what color the aircraft was, but you can see a saucer shaped thing and it was flying along, and the pilots are like amused by it and they are just talking what is it, what the thing is, and it just
Yeah, so
disappears.
yeah, yeah. So the videos are coming directly from the Pentagon. So you can say that their credibility is of certain high degree, right? Because Pentagon is a very powerful organization, and as you said that they were recorded by pilots, which were and those are military level aircraft. So they don't fly like at a certain height. They fly high above the space at a degree that they are above the stratosphere, in the stratosphere, and basically the saucer shaped aircraft which you mentioned, there is nothing basically in the military circle, in the military or in the police department. They don't use anything which is of saucer shape, because the shape is not of any advantage, because to fly in the space they need to drag the air, they need to beat down the air, so they don't really use that particular shape. And the video is directly coming from the Pentagon and was recorded by the cameras installed on the spacecrafts, and those spacecrafts are of high military grade. They are very powerful cameras, but as you said that they were grayscale at that time, they were not very high
Because
quality
the
videos.
videos
But
were old. I think it was
yeah,
recorded in 2007 or 8. I'm not
Yeah.
sure
yeah,
though.
at that time also the quality wasn't that great, because as you can see we have advanced so much in the last 10 years. So if you're talking about 2007 or 8, you know that the quality was certain, but the camera was installed on the spacecraft and it was high above the earth. It was basically above the stratosphere or something, so capturing something was already very difficult. So as you said that it recorded a saucer, so I'm very interested in this because it was recorded by the pilots in the spacecraft, and they were themselves very amused. And if you really see that those pilots themselves are very amused, because that is their job. They do it. They are trained professionally to fly spacecrafts at those certain heights. So I don't think they will be amused by anything. They will be amused by something that they haven't seen before or they haven't experienced before. So if they have seen something at that height, it is really something which is not from here, not from Earth basically. Because how come a saucer-shaped spacecraft flying in the stratosphere makes sense? It is basically from outside of Earth, or maybe it is not correcting, not from Earth.
Yeah, like there have been a lot of instances of UFO spotted, like even in the past. I think like there have been many cases in India too. Like this one morning, I just opened Facebook and I was like scrolling through feed, and there was this pic. Like in the pic, there was an accident on the road. The truck had crashed to the electric pole. Like that was the first thing that caught my eyes. But the caption said look closely, and then I did, and that then I saw that even though there was fog, you can see some spaceship like creature, not creature like object, spaceship like object, and it was the curved, and there were few lights on it, and it was kind of hidden in the fog. And like even then I'm not sure because that pic might be manipulated.
Yeah, yeah. So the pictures and the videos we are talking about, basically, people claim that they have certain kind of videos and they have recorded at night that which shows the evidence that they have seen something exotic which is not from Earth or something. But the problem with those videos and the audio is that there is not any certification of those videos. They are not credible because if you are talking about common people who are recording those videos at night or at any time, any point of time, it is coming from a person who holds zero credibility. We cannot actually believe that person believe that person. It might be something else, or maybe it was something else. But if you are talking about certain shapes, certain objects which are not from Earth, which have different shapes and sizes, then we can say that yes, the video holds certain credibility. And as you said that there was an object which was there. I'm right.
Yeah, there was an object, like it was
So yeah,
like it was like a spaceship but really close. It wasn't a like a tiny object you can see. It was pretty close and pretty low flying. Like it was at about like a height of fifth or sixth floor of a building.
yeah. So it holds zero credibility at that point of time because if you see the
You never know.
image wasn't clear, image wasn't clear. So if there was something like that which was this close to the camera and which was not recorded exactly in clear quality, then we cannot say that there was something. But if the author of that particular video claims that he has seen something, we might say that it was exotic of some kind. It was not there. He may not have seen anything like that before. Because if you see that when we look up in the sky, we regularly see airplanes flying, we see helicopters flying. So if a person sees those objects, we can identify them very easily. But when we see something different, then that is the time when we finally realize that it is not something we have seen before. This is the first time I'm seeing, so I might just record it. So that is happening with all those videos. The people who record them, they hold no credibility at that point of recording. But when their claims are out in the public and other people come out and say that they have also seen similar kinds of spaceships or similar kinds of objects flying in the sky and pretty close to them, it is not up in the sky, they are pretty close. So it holds certain credibility that there might be something coming from space, coming from something which we don't know, and then it holds a credibility. A single person doesn't hold credibility of that video, but when they release it and other people from different parts of the world come out and say that they have seen the same kinds of things, they have recorded the same kind of things, then it holds a certain credibility, as you saying that it might have been something exotic which is not from here, which is not from Earth, as you say.
Yeah, because like it's really hard for people to come up with same story when
Yeah.
they haven't really met or talked to each other.
Yes, yes, exactly my point. Because it is not like that a world is a single place. There are so many people coming from different places, and if they're claiming that they have seen something very similar and they have recorded the similar things, then it holds a very high level of credibility that there might have been something exotic things there.
Yeah, I think there have been proofs of I mean, pictures of UFOs in medieval paintings also, like in the paintings made by the Egyptians or in some of the cave paintings, right?
Yeah, there have been. Like, and the fact that there are cave paintings is crazy, and it kind of refers to the Fermi paradox about them visiting us in past and not now. Like, while I was researching, so I found this article, and in that they had told that there is this cave painting in Chhattisgarh. Yeah, maybe, yeah, I think it's Chhattisgarh. So there is this cave painting in Chhattisgarh in which they painted a man in a suit with a proper suit. Like, you can go and search alien cave paintings in Chhattisgarh, and you'll find that in that painting, the guy is literally wearing a modern day spacesuit, and there's some UFO thing in the background. And the fact that they made it so long ago and it so closely represents our spacesuit is just crazy. Well, the only other way is maybe some space traveler in future accidentally time traveled too back and they made a painting on
There have
it.
been
But
references of UFOs in paintings from Egypt, and there is one of major questions like, how did the Egyptians build pyramids? Because the rock blocks which they have used are so heavy, and
yeah,
it would have been impossible for them to develop a technology that was so advanced to take a rock so high and build such a structure. So actually, there have been theories that there have been some alien technology in play which would have helped them to build such huge structures.
yeah, like
You
they
never know.
the whole pyramid was even covered with limestone, so it was really smooth. And the fact that they achieved that thing is really hard to believe. Like, smooth pyramid is too, like, I can, up to a certain extent I can get that they somehow managed and took rock to the top. I can somehow believe that. And- but the fact that they made such smooth limestone covering is just crazy.
Yeah, and those rocks also weigh in tons. I mean, they are weighing in tons and tons of weight actually. So it would be pretty impossible for a civilization at that point of time to carry out the process of building of such a huge structure.
Like,
There have been great.
it was so
Yeah,
old that at that time mammoths existed. Like, while pyramids were there, mammoths were still not extinct. It was that old. But we do have a lot of crazy good Indian sculptures too, like, which are kind of hard to believe. That there is this temple which is carved out of a single stone in the ground. So they started building it from the top layer by layer, and then they made the whole temple inside that rock. I don't remember the name though, but it's a temple.
pretty weird things out there.
Pretty weird. Like, like at this point of time, even though I believe in alien, if some guy comes up with a pic or maybe even a video of aliens, I would not really believe in one go. Like, even though I believe in aliens, I wouldn't believe that it's true in one go, because there are so many apps and technologies to manipulate or videos and pictures that I wouldn't believe in one go.
Yeah, that's quite possible to edit videos nowadays quite easily. So
So, like, while I was, like, this was before I started researching. So, like, I was watching this video of this YouTube channel called Yes Theory, and in that video, what they like did was they went in this town in Massachusetts, where a lot of alien sighting had occurred in early mid 90s, not mid 90s, mid 60s or 70s. In that time, there had been a lot of alien sighting, and I'll just give you a brief about that video. So like it's a really good video if you want to watch it. What they did was they went into that town and they met a lot of people there who had like encountered alien, and one of them uh, even telling how she was abducted and then thrown back. Like there was no memory of her being abducted. Like she remembers being at that place, and the next moment she's at some other place unconscious. So like while the guys who were recording it, they said that that even if you like read those alien encounters online, when you like meet people who have actually encountered them, the whole vibe and like the way they tell makes you believe that it actually happened, and you don't really want to like not believe in them. It's that kind of thing, because I think even if they like, let's for a second assume that they encountered aliens, if they actually met them, the whole thing would be a lot of different. Like if you experience something and then you talk about it, it's different from not doing something and faking it. Like if you actually went in a flight and like then you talk about the experience in flight, then the whole tone and the way you speak makes it more credible. And if you haven't and you just throw around a few words and lie, then it doesn't, like you may convince someone you did, but it's not really that credible and doesn't really feel that way. Like if you compare side by side, then you can easily tell that this guy is saying the truth. So I think that effect is actually uh, pretty, like we haven't really met anyone who has encountered aliens. So there's that. And the interesting part of that whole video was that apparently the town they went in, where a lot of alien encounters had occurred. So what happened was that town used to make objects that were sent out in space. And this at this moment I would like to recall the dark forest theory. So like this makes a dark forest theory more credible because of the origin of that those objects of spacecraft and whatnot. The aliens went to that town, so that makes dark forest theory a bit more credible.
Yeah. So we are just connecting the dots here, just like we were talking about the dark forest theory earlier. So the disk which was sent to the moon by the Apollo astronauts was, I think, that was manufactured and made in that particular town itself. And when the moon landing itself happened, those astronauts left out that disk there, and they came back. And those particular alien sightings which were seen in that particular town, and people then later came ahead and told everyone it happened like 5 or 6 weeks later after the particular moon landing. So it is really like it is a really solid evidence that if aliens found out of that particular object on the moon, they came back looking out for that town here on Earth. Because just like you mentioned in the dark forest theory, we leaked out information. And here also the Apollo astronauts put out that object on the moon and we leaked
Hmm.
out information. So
Hmm.
they traced that object back here to the Earth. So we are just doing the same thing again and again.
Okay, fun question. What do you think is there in Area 51?
Oh, that's a quite a blow, man. It's a really serious question. I would like to
It's
say
a fun
that
question, not serious.
yeah. So yeah, it's not serious, but it's a blow up, right? So Area 51 is just, I think it's affiliated to the Air Force of the United States of America. They just test out new aircrafts of military grades there uh, before they are hand over to the military. So what I have thought for all these years is that there might be some sort of research and some sort of experiments going on in the Area 51 regarding the aliens. But the point is that Area 51 is so heavily guarded, it is so heavily secured that no one can actually breach it. And the information regarding Area 51 on the internet, it's so huge, right? If you put out Area 51 on the Google, there is literally hundreds and thousands of videos in the web pages that claim that they have information regarding the Area 51, but the actual official information of that particular area is not even disclosed by the United States of government. So if we are trying to look out for something there, it is I think it is the personal opinion of people what they believe might exist there. So if you're asking about my opinion as a fun fact what might exist in Area 51, I might say that there is some research happening and some experiments happening in that Area 51 regarding some exotic species or some exotic objects that came from space. That's my point of view. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, I mean, existence of aliens in Area 51 is quite unlikely from my point of view. I'm telling that. I think that the Air Force just uses the base for experimentation of new structures of aircraft, and actually those aircraft might be the ones we have encountered in those videos, which, as you stated earlier.
Yeah.
So no, so highly unlikely that there might be aliens in Area 51. So I don't know about that actually.
Well, there has been a failed attempt at raiding Area 51. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I was
It
happy
was
they
a really,
tried. I was happy they
yeah.
tried.
I thought maybe a Facebook post did it jokingly, and then millions of people came rushing
Yeah.
in, liking that post and saying that they will do a Naruto style run, Naruto
Yeah,
style
they
raid
would
at
do
the particular.
Naruto. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, bro. It was.
like as
I
compared
mean,
to the people who were saying that I'll come, less people came
Yeah,
in the raid.
it's
yeah.
not
It
that
was
easy
like,
to reach a government facility just like that.
yeah, bro. It is
Of
not
course,
easy. Like,
but the fact that government had to release a warning that they will even open fire
yeah,
showed how
yeah,
serious how seriously they took the whole incident.
yeah.
Yes,
It also tells
military
that
is
how,
pretty serious.
yeah,
Military
the
is pretty
location
serious.
is heavily guarded. That's why the government has to come in and give that warning, because that's not a few people like 100 or 200 people saying that they will raid the location. It's like millions of people from Facebook saying that we will raid that location in a Naruto style. And raiding is not simply like they will go and ask for permission to go in. Raiding means they will just go all among and they will attack that facility. So yes, I think the government knew it might not happen, but still to ensure the safety of that particular location, they might have to they did release the warning among the people.
The whole thing caught fire on Reddit, and people, like, from what they did to GameStop stocks, people have started taking Reddit more seriously than they earlier did. But yeah,
Well,
like
I don't.
there is,
I,
yeah, go on.
I don't use Reddit that much, but after that Reddit incident about the GameStop, I think Reddit is really a big organization. There, people really enjoy putting stuff there. But the thing about the Facebook, which you mentioned about the Area 51
Area
facility,
51.
it was not just a simple. It was put out as a joke, but
Yeah,
people
it was
who
good.
came, it was a joke, but people who came there commenting that they will really think about raiding the facility, it was not a joke, because millions of people, if some I mean if 50% of those 10 lakh people took it as a joke, but 50% didn't. So still that is a significant number. And
Yeah,
just like you said that Reddit is a pretty big social media platform now, so we have to take such things seriously now. That's why it was put out.
Yeah,
Like
but
if
Reddit is an international community, you know. I don't think everyone would be ready to reach out to America, go to Area
Ah, yes,
51.
no,
yeah, yeah,
no, they won't. But the fact
Yeah,
that even if like those half people raided Area 51, they could have easily raided. Like,
yeah,
what's the like if for like let's take the fact they had enough unity that even if one of them was shot, they wouldn't run away
yeah,
like chickens. But like if you like remove that fact and that like imagine 5 lakh people raiding a place with at max what 200 300 soldiers, like even if they used all their ammo, they couldn't kill all of them.
yeah.
Someone would
They
at
won't be
least
able.
get in. There's a huge chance, but yeah, that didn't happen. And like they did raid that place, but in the end it was kind of joke. Even the guards there knew it was a joke. They're clicking pictures with each other and stuff. One guy took his lightsaber there. Pretty crazy stuff if you ask me. So there is this conspiracy theory that a sort of Area 51 exists in India too. So I was watching this conspiracy theory, and it was like I'm not really that big fan of conspiracy theory, but like if you are bored, it's a good time pass. So I was watching this, and it said that along the Indo-China border in the mountains, they have this facility, and people there have spotted multiple times that uh, weird kind of aircrafts would fly out of mountain and then go back in mountain without any trace. So the most plausible way is that there is a door or something in the mountain, and the flights emerge from there and go back there, and the gate closes, and it's like the gate never existed. Like a lot of alien movies have been there, and one of them is Pacific Rim. I'm not sure if you have watched that movie or not, but in the Pacific Rim movie, what they showed was they showed that aliens didn't actually come from space. Like in a way they did, but their way of coming wasn't sky. So what they did was they made a portal, like kind of a wormhole, uh, inside the like on the surface, underwater surface of the ocean. They made a portal, and then the aliens came. Like if I go deeper and tell you that there were these smart creatures who had these huge alien monster pets, and they released those on us so as to like colonize it, colonize Earth and destroy human civilization and take our resources.
yeah.
So do you think
So,
that there are underwater aliens or something?
Mm,
I mean, there can be civilization. I mean, there are civilization underwater. We haven't actually discovered much about the oceans right now, but the possibility of a wormhole being created underwater and then aliens coming. I mean, if they're advanced enough, why not to create a wormhole right outside the Earth and then attack the Earth if they want to do that? But it's highly unlikely that there is an advanced civilization under the water on our own planet and we haven't encountered it yet.
Well, they might be pretty good in hiding. You never know.
If
There
they're
are conspiracy theories that even before us, there were smart human civilization. The war broke out, and some of them covered their whole city and went underwater. And then the new humans came,
yeah, Atlantis, huh?
kind of like Atlantis. Like I think Atlantis was broken and then it sank. But
yeah.
in that conspiracy theory, like they covered the whole city so as they can still breathe underwater, and then they went down in the ocean. But still a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, still a conspiracy theory to be honest.
Conspiracy theories are fun, like only if you are bored. But if you go looking for facts and stuff, then then they might sound stupid. They might sound.
Actually, people usually enter the field of astronomy through conspiracy theories sometimes. Find it
Yeah, they
quite
do.
interesting. And
Like a lot of people still believe that Apollo landing was fake, but I believe it was real, and it has been debunked multiple times. But
yeah, so actually, it would have been easier to send a man on moon at that point of time with that technology than to create a video like that. It has been
yeah,
proved actually, debunked multiple times. Yeah, as you
yeah,
stated.
it has been. But there are still people. But you can't really convince people because there are still flat earthers. So, okay, so I think this is the end of the episode. Thank you, Sanjeet and Srijan, for joining in.
Yeah, thank you, bro, for hosting us here in this very fun session with both Srijan and you. Thanks.
Thank you for having me, Sariel. Had a nice time.
Yeah,
Like I was pretty anxious, like how this will go, but it turned out pretty well. I think we
yeah,
can do
Yeah,
another few episode, and I can like monetize you a little more.
yeah,
I'll
sure, go
try
ahead.
to. I'll try to. But yeah, it was a great session. It was fun talking about aliens and whatnot. Thank you.